guys, here I am. I'm at Salute. Today is an amazing day. I'm here with Ben, as usual.
As usual, yeah. How you doing, mate?
I'm very well, thank you. Ben, what's new? What's exciting? What's coming out?
There's a lot new, and it's nice this year also because I've managed to put a few favours together, and it's always nice to do favours for friends. The first thing I'm going to show you is a 15mm table. I know you're a 28mm guy, but I've always liked playing.
I just get excited by really pretty things, so
Right,
and
really
interesting
pretty
things. So show me all about it.
This guy's John. He's not one of them. You wrote a rule system a while ago. For Hammer Slammers, if you've never read the series, it's about a guy who was in NAM, who was in the Black Horse Cavalry, wasn't he? Yeah. And it is NAM from a perspective of a veteran. He did it for cathartic reasons, and he got a following from NAM veterans. His books weren't really picked up, his stories, and NAM veterans said every story. So when he's talking about victimized aliens, he's talking about the Vietnamese. When he's talking about grunts that are blamed, it was his way of saying what was wrong with the system there, and it got a lot of input from the veterans. So that's a really good system of books. All right, Hammer Slammers and Amtrak Wars. If people want to know why they play the games they play now, read those two series. All right?
That sounds fantastic. So what's new here, though?
All right then, sorry. All right. So then we got, cheers, mate. So then we got. This is one of the favours I wanted to do. This is Jess Ray. Imagine it now as a Slammers game. All right, as a Slammers game, you got. In the future, in the Slammers world, in the future, all battles are fought by mercenaries, by condottieri, if you like. Yeah. And this Dutch guy, Hammer, he has a unit with the best kit. He has to buy the best kit, and he has to go all over the universe with his troops, and he is paid the best price. So if you're going to play with Hammers, you're playing with the best kit possible. Think of them as very expensive 15th century mercenaries way off in the future. Grav tanks, that sort of thing. I know I talk too much.
No. What I was going to say is what's new from Foreground on here as well.
What's new from Foreground? So we've got the 15mm roads. We've got the Jessere range. Now the Jessere range is going to be done in 15, it's going to be done in 10, it's going to be done in 28. So you'll see different bits of it, and we'll go around and you'll see different bits of it already. So this is an environment where people are living in a bit of a retro environment. This is a sort of like harking back to the 18th century on Earth, but this is way in the future. It's what we call District 22. District 1 will have ultra-modern buildings in it. It will also have ultra-Gothic buildings in it, because that's what you get in a city centre nowadays. Yeah. As you're coming out of the town, you then get to the indigenous buildings. We've got the new Arab buildings have come out in 15mm now. They're the ones that people really loved last year in the 28mm play for a lot of Dark Age, but really a lot of modern war players are picking up on those, and we're really, really pleased with that. We're also going to be making some more modern environments, aircon units for them, uplink arrays, that sort of thing, so guys can actually use the Arab buildings for even some Orky bits, so they can Orkify them, you know.
But like what about
Mogadishu or Thunderhawk Down, something
but
like that.
What about the telegraph poles?
Telegraph poles, again, now the telegraph poles, they came out...
Power things.
Yeah, they came out in... The power lines came out in 20mm. They are now... they came out in 10mm. They're now out in 15mm. They will at some point, hopefully this year, be coming out in 28mm, because again, it's a good gaming environment, it's a good objective, that sort of thing. But if you're playing it as an objective, it's really good in a 15mm game. Yeah. Sometimes I'm thinking in a 28mm game, you want to play just the skirmish, just the intense bit, and that's why we have all that internal detail with the 28mm. So you've got the power station over here.
Should we move over to the power station?
You've got the power station over here.
Over here, come on.
I'm following you. Right. This is just a foam here. The coating on top of it is actually Foreground's base render. We actually got that stuff designed so it will stick to white metal, as long as it's cleaned, white metal, resin, plastic and MDF. It's really, really good stuff. If you're going to do a table for a game, go to B&Q, something like that. If you're going to do a table that you want it to be a bit more durable or something like that, give it a go with base render, because until they've used it, they don't realise. And the thing is that you know yourself, if you've scratch built something, part of it's plastic, part of it's resin, part of it's you want to smear it with the same stuff and it doesn't want it to flake off. Yeah. You'll edit that bit. I'm talking.
No. I'm not editing anything on this. Look. Just tell me about the power station.
So therefore, it's pretty much exactly the same as the 10mm. It's just that as it gets bigger, we can put more detail in it. Yeah. So you've got a nice roof and everything else like that. This is not one of our products here. This is a little. We've got little LED lights. I want LED lights.
I know you do. You've talked about this in the past. Okay, so that's 15mm. Let's go check something else out. Okay, I'm here again with Ben. Ben, what else is new?
We're joining the dots a lot of it, because we brought out quite a few things in different scales, but we're going to bring them out in all the scales. So if you think about we're talking about District 22, yeah. Well, we've got Gothic City, which is coming out, which is, although it's a 28mm, it's heroic 28, so it's sort of 32mm figures, that sort of thing. Gothic City is going to be more like, you know, that kind of building, a bit sort of futuristic city centres, that kind of thing. The other thing, another new range we've got coming out is, you know, we had great success with the buildings from Dead Man's Hand, the cowboy buildings from Dead Man's Hand. Well, Dead Man's Hand has now progressed. It's a fantastic new game, and it's called Chicago Way, and it's basically bootleg, that sort of thing. But what we had a chance to do is we've continued the cycle. We've brought out new buildings. We've brought out shotgun shacks are coming out, garages are coming out, all those kind of things that would be great for zombie games as well. Yeah. But I honestly, Chicago Way is going to be great. If you want to be Bugsy Malone, Chicago Way. Anyway, let's go.
So we're going to go check that out in a second. So what have we got here? What's down here?
Okay, so these three here are 3 shotgun shacks. We actually call in the first 3 shotgun houses because we're going to do some derelict versions, which will be the shacks, and it's just so that they are shotgun shacks, just so people can understand which is which. We've also got the Samuel's garage there, Samuel's house there. Train station from Dead Man's Hand works very well for zombie games as well, because of course all those sorts of, you know, a lot of the stuff from Dead Man's Hand you can zombify it very easily. It works brilliantly for cowboys, alternate America basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
That looks, I've got to say, that looks fantastic. I want one.
Oh, here actually, that we did send you a train track.
You sent me the little one.
Yeah, something got missed in translation, and you got a model.
I got a 15 model railway station.
Model railway, yeah.
But come around, show me some more stuff. What have we got over the far end?
All right, then.
And that's Warren. If anybody doesn't know, look, there he is. That's Warren.
Sex god.
The sex god.
When you see
I laughed. I shouldn't laugh.
When you see that close, you do realise less is more.
Come on, over here. So we're going to go check out what's new over there.
We're going to start off with, if people, Gothic City is going to be like Jessray, 28, District 22 and some District 1. So
let me come round here.
Yeah, all right then. So this is now, like I said, it's a 28mm, it's called 28S, so it's a 28 standard, but in actual fact these buildings have a higher roof, they work well for 32mm, they'll work well for even 34mm miniatures, even on the bigger bases. So now you can see we've got all the trash cans down, you know, they open up that. Do you know what those rubbish bags are made of? It's not a product, we made them from rubbish bags and put rubbish in them. It's quite amazing. Right, this is also something different, as I say. We have ranges, we have 28S, we have 15S, and that means it's standard. If it says that, if it's 15mm, anything that's exposed will have internal detail. If it's 28mm, it'll have all the internal detail. This is going to be 28F, which means, I know you've been asking it for ages, I do listen, or I can't be...
You do?
I do talk as well. Right, so this is F for facade. So that means with facade, it means that the internals will now come as an add-on pack. If they want to play internals with these things, they will be able to get the internals. If they don't want to, if they just want to play it as a multi-level external environment, because of the size of it, we're able to do that now. So people will know if it says 28F, it's got no internals. If it says 28S, it's got everything we can put in.
That is absolutely fantastic. I've got to say, these are really impressive. Kind of looking forward to getting one of these as well. Okay, so listen, Ben, we're going to pop back later, have another look around. Yeah. I'm going to see you later on. Thanks a lot for showing us around, and I'll see you soon.
Love to talk to you again.
Howdy guys, and welcome to another part of Salute, and I'm with the big man himself. He's actually got taller as he's got older, which is really big, really weird. Oh, I'm getting little. I think it's because I'm getting older and I'm getting smaller at the same time. So Spud, what are you up to?
Today we're just at Salute, Asylum Wargaming. Unfortunately, I've got a stand this year, but we're just walking about doing this thing. Just enjoying ourselves, looking at all the awesome stands, meeting beautiful people, walking around Salute. It's 2016.
I did. Okay, well, tell us one thing. What is Asylum Gaming all about?
Asylum Wargaming. We're an online store that we just want to be up there in the best in the world. Really, we are wargamers, all of us, and we just want to help the community as much as possible. So we work with the community and get people's videos on our product reviews and stuff like that up there. So that's a bit.
Look, I kind of like it because I got a T-shirt. I like that T-shirt. I got to say, black's really slimming, I should say, not swimming.
And our size.
Yeah, dude, it's actually got our size, which is really cool. So what else is new then?
We've to be honest, sneak peek. We've just opened a store in Kent.
Wow.
As own bricks and mortar store. We've gone in with somebody else. Yeah. So that's really cool. That's pretty much, we're just releasing it today. We've been keeping it under wraps. We've got Games Workshop. We've got nearly every single line of products out there, really good price. Just as I say, we just want to try and get there and we give free tea away. in all those packages. So that's as much.
This is really exciting. I saw that there was a thing in Kent on the Facebook, but I didn't know what it was. But now I know, and now you lot know as well, that you've opened a brick and mortar store. This is really good.
Yeah. So at the moment we're going to have like a few demo boards in there. We'll have like his own staff member as such.
That's good.
So and then hopefully we just want to get bigger and bigger and just keep rolling as much as fast as possible.
So just quickly, Salute. What is it about Salute that you like so much?
I'll be truthfully honest, it's just to meet the people. Like, even if we were Silent Wargaming, I loved it last year. To see the legends and my good friends that I speak to every day,
And play games with.
And play Ark Survival.
Play Ark Survival with, which Dan, for some reason, doesn't play anymore.
This is lad who used to knock about with, and I don't play
I do
anymore.
remember Dan. I haven't seen him in years. I don't know what happened to him.
But we've got dragons.
We've got dragons. Okay, well, Spud, as usual, it's a pure pleasure. Hope you enjoy, Dane. I'm going to see you soon.
You too, man. Love you all. Peace out.
Howdy, guys. How you doing? I'm here at the Warlord site, plot, whatever you want to call it. I'm here with Chesney. How you doing?
Yeah, really good, thank you.
So, how many man hours have gone into putting all this together?
Oh God, I don't even want to think about it. It's been months in preparation, weeks, and then yesterday we only get 2.5 hours to set up the 2,000 square feet, and then a couple of hours this morning. So
how come only 2.5 hours?
It's all they allow you in the hall for. So some kind of insurance reasons or anything like that, but it does make it intense and quite crazy.
So it's a kind of like that sort of like magic build where everybody just has to rush around and all hands on.
Absolutely.
So what's new, what's going on here today? Because as we've seen in this week's videos, we've had the drone that's come out, which is up on the shelf. We've had the zombie game come out as well.
Yep.
Project Z.
Project Z, yeah. Project Z's out. That's going out all around the world already, thousands of copies. Releasing it today, we've got demo games going on. Like I said, the big drone is going down massively well, Antares. Shows the next step up in scale of what we're doing with the tanks and the big drones. We've got Glory Hallelujah, the ACW supplement for Black Powder, because obviously we've got 7 or 8 strong ranges. We want to make sure we back all of them. We've got a brand new £175 castle. It's a huge...
Hold on, is this the one on the website, the plastic one?
Yeah, it is. It is absolutely beautiful. So we've got the painted one here. We're selling some for the first time anywhere here. So, so much. More than you can think. Oh, an IS-3. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Oh, no, the new Russian tank.
The new, Joseph Stalin 3. It's absolutely beautiful.
And is this here today?
It's here today. We've got 20
for sale?
Yep. Yeah. Do you want to buy one?
I might just maybe get one. I'm not too sure at the moment.
Absolutely.
I need to see it. I'm really excited. I love it when a new tank comes out on the website, and I love getting hold of it and playing around with them. Okay, so what are your predictions today? What do you reckon will be your top sellers? Because I know for a fact that there's a lot of cool stuff, and it goes really quickly.
I reckon it'll be between the drone, if I'm honest, and probably the American Civil War book. This is still, I know there's lots of fantasy and sci-fi players here. This is still really a historical show. So I reckon the ACW supplement will be number 1.
And what excites you about Salute? What's here today that you're excited? Why you've been coming here for quite a few years, so what excites you about Salute?
Well, it's 7,000 people in the capital of our great country, so why not have something to celebrate? This place is just huge. There aren't any other shows in this country that do it this big. We do a few in America, and they do it over 4 or 5 days. This is all packed into one day. It's crazy. Absolutely.
Well, I've got to say, I'm really impressed. I'm absolutely blown away by it all. So listen, I'm going to let you get back to it. It's good to see you again. I'm going to be catching up with you very soon because we've got a very exciting thing that we're going to be doing. Yeah. So I'll let you go with it. Take care. Howdy guys, and here we are with Alessio. And if you don't know who Alessio is, you've been living under a rock for the last 60 billion years. So Alessio, what's been going on?
Hi. With Riverhawks, we are very excited recently because the Labyrinth page has just exploded. It's like 15,000 people the last time I looked.
It looks absolutely beautiful.
It is great, yes. I have to say, this was your favorite, right?
This is my favorite character in the entire movie. I've got to say, it looks.
Really.
It's a bit hairy, just like me. Man-bird. You said man-bird. Then that's what I'm going to be stuck with. Tell me about the entire game. How does this work?
Well, it's a board game, if you have a look later. But basically, it's a family game, 1 to 5 players, because there's a cooperative thing. So you're the characters, you're saving Toby from becoming a goblin babe, and it's good fun. Cards, beautiful board, great artwork, nice models.
I've got to say, the models are just perfect. They're just so alike the original characters.
Yeah, Johnny Fraser-Allen, the guy that sculpted this and illustrated the game, he's very talented. He's a very talented chap. He works for Weta in New Zealand. So
you've actually been quite lucky with the choices of games that you've been making lately. Wow. Terminator, now this.
Red October.
Red October as well.
For Red October there's a demo thing. It's coming on crowdfunding soon.
Wow.
That's a kind of a similar engine to Waterloo.
Yeah.
But obviously not literally the same, but the kind of a core of the rules is the same. And of course, after this we have a Hunger Games game coming up.
Hold on. Are we just doing movie licenses? Are you choosing the best of the movie licenses?
I haven't given you the last one. The one will come later, which hopefully will be very good. It's a role-play game.
Hold on. You're doing a role-play game. You know how much I love my role-play games. Can you give us a hint?
Well, I already announced it. Is My Little Pony. It's called Tales of Equestria.
My Little Pony. Okay, I might miss that one.
Tales of Equestria, Tales, T-A-I-L-S, of course.
Yeah. As in Tales, of course. Now that's going to be huge to the bronies out there. They're going to absolutely love that.
Yeah, mostly I'm aiming it at my daughter. She's 7, and we're doing it together. It's fantastic. It's so good. It's so good to do it together.
Oh, that is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, the bronies will appreciate
I think you're going to get a huge following there with that. So, what else is happening? What's new? What else is expansions are coming out for different games that you're doing?
Well, certainly Terminator. We're still developing the range. It's being sold on our, lots of different places. So that's going on. And that's, if you want, is the war game side of things. Then on the board game side of things, obviously we have quite a few crowdfunding. We'll be crowdfunding Red October, Hunt for Red October. We'll be crowdfunding the Hunger Games. At the same time, we're bringing out the board game for the Labyrinth in August. And yeah, so it's very busy.
So you have been, actually, since the last time I saw you, you've been really, really busy. Because this just kind of snuck up on me, and I looked on Facebook and I was like, what? This game is coming out? This is amazing. I've got to say, well, look, again, as usual, it's an absolute privilege to see you. I'm going to shake your hand. I'm going to just walk off with Ludo, and I'll see you soon. Okay, guys, so I'm here with Chris from Clockwork Goblin. Chris, how you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Now, I've got to say, this is one of the games I'm most excited about. I've been following it for a year now. There's been a lot happening with it. The game's now being released. Any date?
We're looking for a summer release, so we say July optimistically, let's say August to be safe, but summer this year, definitely.
Okay, so you've got a beautiful range of models, but let's just talk about what the game's, just the background's all about.
Okay, so we're looking to take the World War II theme and add an element of science fiction, weirdness, horror, depending on how you want to describe it. We've stayed very much in a diesel punk technological sort of frame of mind, and it's like having all that cool stuff that you see in the movies and the weird war genre and getting it into the bolt action world and into a World War II setting. So,
what was the influence behind this?
Big fans of the genre. We've played it as a group. We then discovered we could make and design figures, and 2 and 2 equaled 4, and now we make our own miniatures.
I've got to say, I'm really, really excited. I mean, just the Grizzly mech alone blew me away when I bought the model. So what can we expect out of this? What amazing different models are we going to be seeing in the near future?
Okay, well, the plan is to introduce some walkers for every army, every side of the conflict. We have an alternate history, which puts it all into context. And then we're looking for some of the exotic. There will be a werewolf, but it's not going to be called a werewolf. We'll come up with a technological background to it, which we've done, to have some continuity through the story arcs. So we're looking at 1947. The Allies have split. The Soviets are going on their own. Germany is resurgent, and the new technology is changing the shape of the battlefield. So key is to get some really nice walkers, to replace those tanks and give people the option of added weirdness to their existing collections.
I've got to say, I'm actually blown away because there's a lot of stuff in the cabinet over there, from the Tommies to some vampire stuff that I could see just over there. With it works with bolt action, so I can use my Sherman tanks and stuff.
Absolutely. The rules are not an addition to bolt action. It's a standalone game. There are some differences.
Yeah.
They're not huge, but they make a difference to the game. But everything in bolt action that you already own, you can use. The point system, the stats are all familiar. They're all compatible. But like you say, if you don't play bolt action, the rulebook's going to come out as a game in a book.
So it's a standalone game as well.
Indeed, yeah.
Okay, so what out of it amazes you the most? What's your favourite part about this game?
Just the idea of walkers taking on tanks. We've designed them to be different. A tank is better at long range, front on front. As soon as it gets close up and personal, the walker has the edge.
Yeah.
but not going so science fiction that we've got death rays and laser guns. It's about keeping it diesel, keeping it World War II, and that's been our design ethic all the way through.
So somebody tells me there's Tesla coils maybe in this?
Yeah, we've got some alternate turrets so that we can take the chassis of existing tanks and put some fun turrets on the top of them. So we got some Teslas for the Allies, we've got some sonic weapons for the Soviets, and the Germans are messing around with gravity influencing weapons, which just a few special rules to change up the damage mechanisms.
Are we going to see any skimmer type? Sorry, John keeps popping into videos there. Are we going to see any sort of like skimmer type things like flying saucers or anything like that?
The closest we get to is some US technology that involves some repulsor jump type capabilities. So there is a US Walker, there's two US Walker designs that can jump, and some infantry to support them. So
any Navy support?
Not at this point, no. I mean, this is centred on the Western theatre, right. And assuming we are reasonably successful, we have a plan to expand it.
So are we going to see maybe the Japanese, maybe Absolutely. Americans?
The concepts work is done, the scoping work is done. We just need to sell some books.
Well, I for one will be buying one, guaranteed. So guys, listen, if you get a chance, check it out. Is there a website we can go to?
Well, Warlord will handle the distribution, production and sales, so you'll get your first news from Warlord. We have clockworkgoblinminis.co.uk where we will keep some compatible material, some downloads, and then that's going to go undergo a revision in light.
And there's a Facebook page as well.
Facebook, we're on there, Clockwork Goblin Facebook page, and again we'll try and keep that a little more up to date now we've generated a bit of interest.
Well, it's a fantastic game. I wish you all the luck.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, I'm going to see you very soon. You take care of yourself and see you later on. I'm here at the Warlord stand, and I'm here with, you've just seen him already, Alessio. Alessio, tell us some useful, exciting information about something new that's coming up.
Well, since we're standing here next to Bolt Action, we can say that, of course, now the second edition has been announced. So we are working on the new edition of Bolt Action, which is a very exciting project. I know it's a big, huge war game now. It's a big system, so obviously you have a lot of fans that you're afraid of, letting down. But I'm pretty sure it would be super cool.
I've got to say, the first edition is absolutely amazing. Anyway, and I know you had a lot of questions and stuff like that. I mean, people always go on, I suppose, about grenades and stuff, don't they? Which is always something. See, for me, it makes complete sense. But what little exciting tidbits can you tell us that you're going to be focusing on? I know you can't, but you can give us as much information as you possibly can about the new stuff that we might find in there, maybe some new bits and pieces from the game that are going in. I'm just fishing here for as much as I can.
Well, like the main, like you said, is a very good system. People like it, and we love it. We don't want to certainly revolutionize anything. We don't want to change things because it ain't broken. We don't,
There's no need to fix it.
Exactly. So what we want to do is take on board the feedback and obviously take all the errata and FAQs, work on them in, of course, so that basically we fix the bits that are not as smooth as they should be. First point to do. And then, of course, there's a few things that we want to work on and tweak a bit in the directions we want. So there's been quite a few of those, and I'm sure we'll publish a list of all of the changes. But for the moment, I know I'll just throw in a few exciting bits. Officers, for example, are a bit more, at the moment in first edition they're a bit passive. They're kind of like just a thing you do at the end of the turn just to keep them near the troops. They're not, you don't think about them very much. While in the new edition they actually are more active. They can actually help the dynamic of the game. They can help you doing more stuff. So it becomes something you think of straight away. You go, right, shall I start firing my sniper? Maybe shall I activate this officer here because he can do this and that with the nearby units. And so they become an active part of the game as opposed to a passive part of the game, which gives you another thing to think about. Another tactics and stuff if you want. So that's interesting, like a command system. Other things we tweak. So I mean, I would say the people have asked about templates and HE in the first edition being a bit good, a bit lethal. The brief of second edition was that basically we didn't like the fact that some people power playing would deploy the troops really, really packed together to maximize firepower. And so the solution was to use templates, but I would reassure people it's not like lots of templates and scattering and complex mechanics. It's as simple as when you hit the unit, fire HE. When you hit a unit, instead of going 2d6 hits, you use the blade to work out how many hits. So naturally, you would want to stay, not like bunch up like in Napoleonics. You would want to spread out, which of course is a realistic thing. It's a very realistic thing. In World War II, you wouldn't do, like shoulder to shoulders, man. So
and get shot a lot.
And get very shot or blown up a lot.
So are we going to see a bit more dynamics going into the game, a few more extra rules? Are we going to see, because flamethrowers was another thing that people used to go on about, they haven't changed since, have they?
Well, as I said, part of it is literally the things that needs addressing in terms of being wrong, but also things that are felt to be too powerful and being rained down. So obviously the flamethrower, yes, they're being toned down, absolutely. Recce vehicles have been toned down a bit. So some things that were a bit exploitable, if you want. Obviously we took them a little bit in. Things that maybe were not used as much, for example, machine guns are better in the new game, so they have more firepower. Therefore, machine guns should be a better choice and a bit more scary, as they should be. And flamethrowers a bit less. You try to take the things you don't see people taking a lot, make them better. Flak weapons, really worth now against airstrikes. Airstrikes a bit toned down, but also because flak now is better, so obviously it's easier to deter.
You're telling us quite a bit here.
Well, it's not in the details of how we've done that, but
Are you ever going to bring aircraft into the game actually as a physical thing?
That's not in the brief. As far as I work on briefs from the management of Warlord. In this product, obviously, I'm writing to their brief, and there was no brief of bringing actual plane models into the thing. If anything, because of the scale of bolt action, air power was felt a bit too good, so it's been the opposite.
Okay, well listen, Alessio, as usual, it's an absolute pleasure. Thank you for being with us today, and I'm going to let you get on with it because I know you're very, very busy, so take care. Hi guys, how you doing? And I'm here with Siege Studios. Tell us all about what you do.
We are a bespoke premium commission painting studio. We have 4 levels. We paint to an above tabletop as our basic level, and then move up progressively to a competition end piece painting level. That's what we do as a studio. Our service is totally bespoke, so every facet, from converting, freehand, sculpting, every aspect of it is totally to the design of the client, so they can therefore create something totally from their own minds. There's no restrictions really within sort of like the facet of the hobby. So that's what we try and do.
So tell us about, because you've got some really great painters, some award-winning painters in your teams, haven't you? So tell us who you got, what they do, what have they done?
Right. Well, we've worked on many different pieces. Andy, Rich, they've both worked. Obviously, won Golden Demons. They paint at a very high level, as I'm sure you can appreciate. And they've worked on multiple armies. They work on characters. They tend to stick to more sort of characters, and because the more of the work goes into a character than it would do perhaps on an army overall, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You have to watch people wandering past the camera. Okay, go for it.
That's fine. And yeah, so we've got numerous artists that paint to all to our standard level and above, and that's really what we try and emphasise with anyone that comes on board, that they're getting people working on their models that paint to a very high level, and attention to detail is what is important to us. We want people to put their commissions down on the tabletop when they play games, and have a sense of pride, and have people say, "Oh wow, your army's really nice," and that's really what people are using.
But what about yourself? What do you paint? What's your favourite army?
Blood Angels, always. Always, since second edition, since that front cover box, second edition, that blood, the blood red. I've got a larder at home with more pots of blood red in it than you'd possibly imagine. But yeah, no, Blood Angels all through and through, and I've got a Sisters Army as well. And yeah, they're my 2 main armies. But I don't really get to paint that much at the moment, which hopefully is going to change in the future. But it's just concentrating on growing this at the moment.
So, what about Salute? What about Salute interests you? And how many times you've been here now? This is your second, third year?
Second time, yeah. So second time here. The company was founded in 2014. We came last year and had a smaller stand just to sort of introduce the company. And this year we've gone a little bit bigger, demonstrating more of a broad spectrum of the levels that we paint. And the good thing about Salute, I think, is that the reason why we want to do this is because we're not here to take money on the day or anything like that. We're here just to demonstrate and show what we do. And it's all well and good for all the photography and Photoshop and all those kind of things that you see online. Nothing will beat seeing the models in naked eye in the flesh. And that's really what we're trying to do, is show people black and white. This is what we do. If you like it, drop us a message. We're more than happy to sort of, have a chat, decide what it is that you want, and that's really it. And the good thing is that 60% of our business is Games Workshop 40k predominantly, because it is very, very popular.
Yeah.
But Absolute. We get to sort of engage with other parts of the community. We get a lot of people ask us about Napoleonics, bolt action, loads of different things, and we'll paint anything. You know, there's no restriction on what we'll paint. It's just a case of we do like painting 40k because it's obviously our core business, but at the same time we're more than happy to sort of paint anything else.
Brilliant. So how do people get hold of you?
Website www.seedstudios.co.uk. There's a nice contact tab on there. Click on that, fill out the drop-down boxes, and then all you need to do is just type us a message as detailed as possible with the number of models, what you're looking for, breakdown, sculpting, freehand, whatever the case may be, and we'll come back to you and get the ball rolling.
That's brilliant. Well, good to see you again, matey. You look after yourself, and I'll see you guys very soon.
Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye-bye.
And hi guys, and I'm here back at the Warlord stand, and I'm with the god himself, Mr. Rick Priestley. How are you doing, sir?
Very well, thank you.
I've got to say, always love seeing you. It's like meeting my favourite uncle. I had to say that. Right.
Okay.
So tell us about all the great things that are happening with Gates of Antares, because it's been sensational so far.
Yeah, it's hard to say, isn't it? I mean, we've just brought out the new drone, as you know. I'm going to get one out here. Whoa, wait,
Get it plugged in.
Get it. There you go, guys. Make sure we get a lot of camera time on that.
Actually, we did it for this Wednesday's video.
I don't care. It's so good. Let's see it again. No, I'm really pleased with that because the first vehicle we've done. Plastic kits are always quite a big investment for Warlord. They're quite a big deal for us, and that's the very first Antares vehicle, and that's on top of the existing plastics that we've done. We've got more coming. We have some Algarin next, I think. But as you know, we've already got the Concorde and the Gar, both of which I'm enjoying tremendously. We've got lots of new stuff coming for the Gar, including a new rebel army. So old Fartok, he's gone off into the wilderness, and he's taken all of his friends and all of his freed slaves with him, and he's building an army based around Gar infantry. So, you know, little Gar.
Yeah.
Little Gar.
And these are the tiny little Gar we're seeing at the moment.
Yeah, those guys inside the battle suits. And he's got equipment too, and he's got kit, but a lot of it's hybrid kit. So what he's doing is he's getting his Gar engineers to get some Gar equipment and mash it together with Concorde and Algarin equipment that they've copied. Yeah. So they become a kind of a fighting ragtag slave revolt army.
That's pretty cool, actually. I've got to say, I like that idea.
Yeah, they're really neat, and they've got lots of new kit as well, including little scuttling machines they've built out of Gar.
Okay, if you haven't seen it, there's always one troublemaker.
Mr. Stellard is the head of Warlord Games. If he wants to make chicken noises,
he can make chicken noises.
He's fine.
So we've got a new faction possibly coming out very soon. How long till they come out?
Well, they'll be coming out with the first supplement, which we think is going to be. I'm officially not allowed to say, but if I said it might be around kind of June-ish, possibly July.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get away with that. That's okay. What about though? Any new vehicles that are coming out? Because we've seen the new drone.
Yep. There are smaller vehicles. I think there's the attack skimmer coming out for the Freeborn, which is a two-man vehicle. I think I might even be here today. You might even seen it.
I might have to go and have a look at it again in a minute.
Yeah. And then there's the smaller the bike-sized vehicles. There are a number of those coming out. And again, we've got some of those being worked on. You know, there's the creatures called Skarks, which the Freeborn have, which are like flying lamprey, dragonfly monster thingies.
I've not seen these yet. I'm going to have to come up and have a look.
Those are quite. I think Steve might be working on them today. He's already bought some concept models, which are really quite cool. And of course, there's the little Freeborn bikes as well, the little skimmers for those, which have just come out. All those are really nice. The bigger vehicles we'll be outputting as masters and making resins. So I'm not sure what the order of those is.
I can't. Well, I've got to say I'm really excited about a lot of the stuff. What about the Isaurians? Is there anything new coming out for those?
Well, they're all new, aren't they?
Yeah. No, I mean, is there any like vehicles, or have you got any sort of like drones planned for them?
Yeah, there's the full range that's in the book, and in addition, I've done lots new I've done many new things for the Isaurians in the supplement, including a complete new troop type based on the Sankiri aliens, and those are really quite weird.
I don't. No, I've not seen these yet.
Well, they've got 8 legs, but mostly they could be arms.
You don't know.
It depends where they're doing, what they're doing with them at the time.
I see. So they act as either appendages for moving, walking around, or fixing, carrying things.
And they're bigger than human. They're kind of on a 40mm base, and they have beefed up plasma weaponry because they're bigger and they can carry a heavier plasma gun. So they've got a kind of a heavy version of a plasma carbine, which makes them pretty dangerous combat opponents. 3 to a unit. Again. If you have a look on the stand, if you manage to wave your camera somewhere near Wojtek. And
is he working on them today?
I'm hoping he's brought them. If he hasn't, he's been very naughty.
Well, Rick, I've got to say it's an absolute pleasure as usual. Thank you for taking the time out to see us.
I think of you as a kind of avuncular nephew.
Avuncular nephew? That's what you mean.
No. We'll have to work it out for next time.
I'll work it out for next time. Listen, thanks very much. I'm going to see you soon. Guys, thanks so much. See you later.
Goodbye.
Hi, guys. How you doing? I'm here at the Spectre Miniatures stand, and I'm here with Stephen.
Hiya.
And today we're going to be talking about your game. So, what's the game all about?
It's a modern skirmish-based game, so ultra-modern, 4 to 40 figures, fast-paced, action, brutal, so as realistic as possible, really.
So if you can liken it to anything, how would you liken the game? What kind of movie would you liken the game to?
We're quite big fans of John Wick, if you've seen that. Yeah. So it's quite different to anything else that's around. I think sort of the sort of fast-paced combat in John Wick and films like that is sort of quite good.
Okay, no, I can see that. So let's talk about new product that's coming out, because the last time I saw this was last year. You were just sort of getting out into the market. A lot's happened since we've last spoken. So what's new at the moment?
Brand new today, we've got some sort of cutting-edge Tier 1 operators with sort of the latest kit, and we've got some agents who are sort of in urban with really compact weapons and civilian clothes. That's the latest stuff. We've got loads of stuff coming out in May and June. So, like criminal element sort of team. Loads of stuff coming out.
So what about rulebook? When can we expect to see the rulebook?
Hopefully June. We want it. We've got the draft of it here. We just need to do all the graphics and the photos, but the rules are down. We've had really good feedback from the beta players, and we think we've nailed it now.
So how difficult would you say this game is, on the sense that is this a quick game to play? Is this like most skirmish games, roughly around about an hour to 2 hours sort of playing?
I reckon probably about an hour. So our testers have been able to get like 3 or 4 games in a day. And it depends how you play it, really. It's really tactical, so if you do stupid things, it'll end really quickly. Whereas if
it's me and I run out into the street, I'll get shot.
Yeah, basically, if you stand out in the open, you're going to get shot.
So what about like extras that we're going to see with this? Like, are we going to see vehicles in game? Are we going to see like tanks maybe, or stuff like that?
At the moment, we've got a lot of civilian vehicles. So we've got the technicals and the like armoured SUVs and things. We've got a really cool military vehicle coming out soon, which you'll see online, what I won't say anything about. Might have some tanks, but because we're sort of less about like the mass battles, if we do, it will be more of a armour personnel carrier or light vehicle.
Okay, so we're talking about like snatch vehicles, that sort of stuff, armoured vehicles.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Maybe a couple different, maybe something like a Little Bird or,
Nice. I'm quite excited by this. Now, we're going to be seeing a lot more in the near future, aren't we? There's a lot more happening. We can see like the beautiful miniatures up there. Absolutely amazing. How's Salute been for you this year?
Incredible. I think we bought a huge amount with us, and it's pretty much all gone. And we put everything on the website today as well, and that's pretty much all gone. So it's really quite overwhelming sometimes.
So, just out of interest, how is Salute for you? I mean, how do you find it? What draws you here?
It's really cool just to meet everyone and all the other traders around. I think the customers really like to see the figures, because it's different seeing them online. It's a really important event for us because it's a promotion, really good sales. We can show off the rules and everything. Yeah, it's really good.
So I've got to say I'm quite excited this. So we're going to be looking in a couple of months' time. We're looking to see the rulebook coming out. Hopefully, we're going to be seeing some demo games happening. Have you had much interest in the different factions? Now, how many different factions are there?
At the moment, we've got quite a lot. So we've got all the sort of the Western guys who can be used to represent most of Europe, America, England. We've got a lot of the plainclothes guys, Russians, MENA, sort of Middle East, North Africa, Africa. Ooh. We tend not to think of them necessarily as separate factions because everything's so diverse.
So I could just mix and match if I wanted to?
Yeah. We haven't necessarily got strict, this is what you have to use this as, because it's the nature of the world, isn't it? Everyone looks fairly similar now.
Yeah, so I can just mix and match figures and make my own sort of like random sort of unit and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
That is fantastic. Well, listen, thanks very much for seeing us today. Guys, if you get a chance, pop over to their website, have a look. Is there a Facebook page?
Yeah, we've got a really active Facebook page and Instagram, which I put sort of like a lot of the work in progress and preview stuff on. So yeah.
Do you want to quickly plug it?
What, the Instagram?
Yeah, what is it? Where is it on Instagram?
Oh, Instagram. I've just got Spectre Miniatures Instagram page. So I put a lot of the original greens or some of the photo shoots and bits and pieces that are up and coming. So you try to keep them quite separate so it's not repeated.
Well, guys, go check it out. I'm going to see you very soon. Thanks so much, matey. As usual, a pleasure to see you.
So thanks a lot.
And I'll see you guys later.